Hello, anti-novelists and friends. Since you've been so amazing, throwing me questions, asking me to elaborate on things, keeping me on my writerly toes, I so much appreciate each and every one of you. I wanted to launch into the next mini-series, which I've actually gotten lots of questions about, and that is, hey Victoria, can you tell us what it looks like to be a research-driven writer and break down a little bit of your process? That comes from Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer. I would love to. So, what are you looking at? You're looking at my accordion file for note cards. Why are you looking at it? Because this is where my research in progress lives. So each one of these little files has a post-it note telling me what's in it, and this is ongoing research. So I've got one on 5G warfare and the military. I've got one on Yale. I've got one on the first and second study groups of the Voynich manuscript. I've got some character development. I've got metallurgy. And then in the back, I have a pile of cards that I need to review to see if I need to do any more work on those or if they're going to get filed over in my Zettelkasten. So with that said, this series is going to walk you through research-driven writing and some of the tools that you might need in order to incorporate it into your own process. So first I'm going to begin and walk you through with how to approach your research and how to dial in on the things that are going to be most likely to push you into your story and drive you through to completion. That's a critical piece. Then we're going to look at primary and secondary resources. There are subtle but very important differences between the kinds of research that you do and where you're sourcing that information from. And I'm going to give you some tips and pointers on how to find those best resources so that you're writing the best story that you can. Then I'm going to talk about sorting out the types of details for your research. We're going to look at plot, we're going to look at character, and we're going to look at setting, those being the three critical buckets that you dip into to build your story. And I'm going to walk you through how to use research-driven writing in order to inform each of those three critical buckets. Then in the end, I will wrap it up with some other tools and tips that will help you gather your resources, assemble them into some kind of an index. Spoilers, a Zettelkasten is what I highly recommend. And then once you've indexed it, be able to, again, go back and find that information so that when you're in the heat of writing, you can lay your hands on the pieces that you need, have them at hand, and do that writing. Okay? So I look forward to launching this with you. I think it's going to be super fun and informative. And I also look forward to more of your questions. So keep the curiosity coming. I really appreciate it. I love sharing with you what I know and hearing your feedback. So tools for the research-driven writer. Let's go.